Hey, whoever is here. What happened? Oh, I thought something happened. Make sure you get that over there by the table.
Yeah, that's what
Oh, okay. I'm only gonna be on here for a little while. I might come in there with y'all and watch the show. Oh, before we get started, uh, so y'all won't be like, "Is she out here copying off of somebody else wearing ponytails?" I've been wearing ponytails for years. This is today's hair. Today's hair is the French wave 18 inches in the color T1B27. So it is a dark root with a lighter length. And this one comes in a lot of different colors. I don't really like the construction of this ponytail, but these ponytails are very cheap, and this one has a very cheap construction. Very cheap. But I mean, you get what you pay for. I'm pretty sure this ponytail didn't cost over $9. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have paid over $9 for it. So I do. Which one is this? This is T1B27. So I do want to try the T1B30. I think it's a little darker brown than this lighter blonde color. So I want to try the 30. I would purchase it again, even though it's not as thick as some of the other ponytails that I've worn. It's a little thinner, but it's very light. It's not heavy at all. So I just want to try one of the other colors. I might try the copper and the number 30. But it comes in a blue, a red, a mustard, a gold, and a real blondie blonde. And I forgot if this is one of the ponytails that I ordered online. I'm gonna have to go back into the website and see that is this one of the ones I ordered online, or is this one of the ones that I purchased from the beauty supply. I need to start writing this down and keeping a journal of where I get these pieces from because I like them, and then I can't remember where I got it from to go back and get another one. But I'm thinking I got this from the beauty supply. I'm not sure. But when I go back to, I only go to like two or three beauty supplies. So when I go back, I'm going to take a picture of it and put it in my phone and be like, do y'all have this? And they come in these little bags, and I keep them in these little bags for storage. So when I take it off, I wrap it back up and put it back in the bag and clamp the bag closed. And I have a little box in my closet that I keep all my wigs and ponytails in, and I put it back in there. And whoever I'm gonna be tomorrow, I pick that out and put it on. Okay, so that's the ponytail for today. Um, I want to talk about forgiveness for two reasons. One reason is the what we were talking about last night with connection, rejection, and me and Cheryl were talking for that reason. And then for another reason, a friend of mine started a conversation on Facebook about Jeffrey Dahmer. And I guess her and her husband had a conversation about Jeffrey getting saved while he was in jail. And some people have a problem with that. You know, some people have a problem with him coming to Christ after he had did all of the things that he did. And, people saying that, they were going to Jeffrey was going to go to heaven after all of the stuff that he did, because when he got to jail, he confessed Christ and he was baptized. Now, I haven't got to that point in the story. I don't know nothing about that part because I haven't got there yet. I haven't, you know, gotten deep enough into his story to know if this happened. But she was saying that, kind of like she had a problem with him doing that. With him, after all of the stuff that he did, with him being able to go to heaven if indeed he did confess. And this is why, if you are a Christian, if you are a true believer in Christ, this was the reason why Christ died. He didn't just die for good people. He didn't just die for rich people. He didn't just die for the people that's out here struggling and really, living right. He died for the bad people too. The person that was on the cross next to Christ was a bad person. A bad person. He was getting crucified too. He was finna die just like Jesus. And in his last moment, he looked at Christ and said, "Remember me when you get to your kingdom." And in that moment, Christ was like, "I will. I got you." See, it don't take much because Christ don't have the same mindset that we have. He don't look at people the same way that we look at them. His mind and the mind of God is not the same mind that we have. Even though we put that on God, we put our pettiness on God. God don't have that pettiness and callous heart that we have. So yeah, in the end, after all of that shit he did, if he really confessed Christ and believed in his heart that Jesus Christ was his savior, then Jeffrey gonna be walking the streets of gold with your grandma and grandpa and everybody else. If Christianity is your belief, there are a lot of people who go to jail and get saved. A lot of people. Malcolm X found Allah in jail. Malcolm X was a thief, a robber, a gangster. He found Allah in prison. Y'all love him. He was out here with the prostitutes. He was pimping. He was doing all kind of stuff. Like he was a pimp. Also probably out here doing all kind of stuff to women. He was in prison for years. Okay? He did a nice stint in prison before he found Allah. He had no spirituality when he went to jail. Malcolm X had been bad all his life, was like in juvenile hall, just doing all kind of stuff. Now, he did have a very, bad upbringing. He was, taken from his family and put into a boys' reformatory and all kind of stuff. So, there's, in his childhood, started his life of crime. But in prison, like a lot of people, he found Allah. In prison, like a lot of people, Jeffrey Dahmer found Christ. So you can't pick and choose who you think it's okay to find religion. Oh, because his crime is bad. He did this. He actually killed people. He did this. He did that. But the Bible says ain't no big and small sin. The only sin that's unforgiven is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. Everything else is forgiving. Everything. But it's us. We as humans hold on to things. We hold on to too much. We hold on to other people's pain. We won't forgive somebody for something that wasn't even done to us. I'm not about to, yeah, what Jeffrey Dahmer did was extremely bad. But I don't hate this man. I don't hate him. I'm not going to allow hatred to hold space in my heart. I don't hate the person that shot my son, my stepson. I don't hate that person. That person obviously had some problems. When this first happened and the person got away, I didn't hate them. I was hoping that they would get caught and justice would be served, but I didn't hold a space of hate. Even as my son was laying there fighting for his life, I was too busy, sending out healing energy to my son and praying for my son, because I had my stepson on one floor in the hospital and my own biological son, because they got shot at the same time, was on another floor. So I'm constantly going to his floor, checking on him, because my stepson was the most injured. So I was going to his floor, checking on him, going to my son's floor. I mean, I was too stressed out to hold a space of hate. I was too busy trying to pray for their healing to hold a space of hate. Now, my stepson did not survive. My son did. I still don't hate the person that did it. And I heard some years later, the person that they suspect did it was gunned down the same way he gunned down my family. But I still didn't hold a space of hate and still did not rejoice in that young man being killed, because then I knew somebody else's family was hurting. So I believe in forgiveness. I have always believed in forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't, forgiveness is for you so that you can move on, so that you can free up that space in your mind and in your heart for love. I don't hold hatred for, I don't think it's one person on this planet that I can say I hate. Now, you may do things to me that I dislike. I may dislike your actions. I can separate your actions from you as a person. There are things about you that I don't like, but I don't hate you as a human. And I think that's where some of us need to start to mature so that we can learn to forgive. We can open up our hearts and learn how to forgive people. Forgiveness does not mean I agree with what you did. It frees up that space in you to be like, okay, I can separate what you did from the fact that you are a human being and you still deserve a level of compassion and to understand that God is going to forgive you if you ask. God is going to forgive you because God ain't like us. He's not like us. Even as a parent, there are some things that your kids could do to you that you be like, but God's not like us. He will forgive. Because there would have been no reason for Christ to die. He died for the forgiveness of our sins. He died for the things that we did wrong. His blood was to cover our sins, big and little. Because in the eye of God, sin is sin. There is no, oh, well, that's sin. No, sin is sin, period. All sin is on the same level. We put levels to sin. Oh, well, lying is not that bad, but killing is worse than lying. No, they're all the same in the sight of God. It's sin, period. Fornication, lying, adultery, cheating, stealing, coveting someone else, looking at a woman the wrong, lusting. All of these things are sin in the sight of God. And they're all on the same level. So you may be, oh, well, I cheated, but I ain't never robbed no bank. Well, you still sin. You still a sinner. Oh, well, I just looked at her and thought about, yeah, I could take that booty and lick all in the crack. You still sinning. You're lusting after a woman that don't belong to you. It's all the same. And I think that's what we have to understand. Sin is sin. And God forgives us. And I'm the type of person, I will forgive you. I will. And you don't even have to come to me and tell me. You don't have to come to me and tell me that you're sorry and all of that kind of stuff, because I know the majority of people do not have the ability to say, I'm sorry. They don't have the ability to say that. Their ego will not allow them to say, I'm sorry. So I'm not even expecting you to say it. But I'm going to forgive you anyway. Because that's just how I'm set up as a person. I know that your ego is not going to allow you to say I'm sorry. So I'm not even expecting it. If you do come to me and say that you're sorry, I'm going to be shocked. But trust and believe, I have already forgiven you and moved on. Because I'm not going to hold a space. I don't have room in my heart to hold space for hate. I don't reserve spaces for hate in my heart. And I have had people say some of the most vile things about me, especially since I've been on social media. But I'm not holding that shit. I'm not holding none of that. Now, there may be times when you see me clap back or talk or whatever, but I'm still not holding space for that. I have moved on. I have forgiven you. I have moved on to the next person because I know it's going to be somebody else. I'm holding space for love and light and peace and joy and happiness. I'm almost 60 years old. I don't have time to be, holding on to all of this negative shit that's not going to do anything but wear me down. I'm too old for that. I did all of that stuff in my 20s and 30s. I held on to, that's probably why I have all these damn medical conditions now because I held on to so much stuff in my 20s and 30s. I carried so much pain and hurt until I went to therapy and got rid of some of that stuff. But I have probably held on to it long enough for me to get arthritis. That's probably why my back and joints ain't no good now. Holding on to all of that pain and trauma and stuff, and building up so much of the stress hormone in my body. Shit, when they tested me, my cortisol levels were so high. Okay, my cortisol levels were high. The stress hormones in my body was so high. My joints were affected. My what is the inflammation levels in my body were so high, and that was from stress. That was from me holding on to shit that was going. I mean, it was a lot of shit going on. Like, my teenage sons took me through hell. They really did. Like, god damn. If somebody had told me, girl, boys are gonna wear you out, don't do it, girl. I don't know if I would have did it. I really don't. Them boys took me through hell. Okay? By the time I got to my 40s, them kids had everything done set in by the time I'm in my 40s. Psoriatic arthritis, my thyroid was gone, I done lost my uterus, everything. I blame it all on them. It was stress. Half of my hair done turned gray. If I dyed my hair. If I did, my whole head is damn near gray now. And a lot of that is from stress. And I'm not going to do that for the remainder of the time that God blesses me to be on this earth. I'm going to live in a peaceful, quiet state. Okay? I don't live in the ghetto no more. It's quiet and peaceful. I'm in a extremely loving relationship. My husband is one of the most boring people. Don't tell him I said that. But it's great because it's quiet. This is one of the first times that my life is so quiet. It's no stress, no nothing. Nobody is, knocking on the door looking for my kids. Ain't nobody stealing the rims off my son's car. My son's car ain't missing. Ain't no gunshots and all of this kind of stuff. So yes, if someone says something about me that I don't like on social media, I have forgiven you. I have forgiven you. Now, if we go back and forth with each other and I choose to have fun with you and go back and forth, we done went back and forth. But I'm not holding on to none of that shit. I forgive you. And if you choose not to forgive me, that's on you. That ain't even on me. That's on you. So, y'all need to learn how to forgive. Seriously. Because if you want to live, now if you want to live a life all balled up in bondage from stuff that other people has done to you, then be my guest. But that's not the life that I choose to live. And I'm telling you how to do it. Let that shit go. Forgive that person. Somebody cut in front of you, gone. You still alive. They didn't touch your car. They just, cut you off. They took a park from you. It's other parks in the parking lot. Just go get another one. They took the basket you wanted. Get another basket, girl. Don't let that bother you for the rest of the day. My son called me, and he had a car accident. And I know it's a big deal when you have a car accident. It wasn't bad, but it was bad enough that his bumper fell off of his car. And we're talking, the first thing I wanted to know is, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Nobody was hurt. I'm not hurt. The other person is not hurt. But the dude knocked the bumper off my car. And I said, okay, but is your car drivable? He was like, yeah, I can drive. Like, yeah. I got the bumper. I'm going to put it back on because my son is a mechanic. But he was just going in. Yeah, the dude wasn't paying attention. He hit me in the back. He did this. He did that. I said, okay. Did the police come? Did did you guys exchange information? Yeah, I got his driver's license and the police came and he had insurance and stuff. I said, then why are you screaming? He's got insurance. You've got insurance. Neither one of you were hurt. Your car is still drivable. Why are you screaming? Why are you upset? Sweetheart, you did not get hurt. You were able to call me. You're talking. You're fine. Calm down. Yeah, but now I got to put the bumper back. But you have the ability to put the bumper back on your car. You're a mechanic. You have all the tools you need to get that bumper back on your car. Now, somebody else would have to pay somebody to put that bumper back on their car. Putting the bumper back on their car may be $500 for somebody else. You're going to do it for free. Or you said the dude has insurance. Let your insurance take care of it. That's what you pay your insurance for. I mean, he was so worked up. For what? You walked away from a car accident without getting hurt. Do you know how many people don't get to do what you just did after a car accident? So many people get a phone call from the sheriff instead of their own child telling them they were in an accident. I said, go home, take you a nice bath, and relax. Take the day off. Call your job. Tell them you were in an accident. Get your bumper and go home. We have to learn how to look at the other side of every situation that we're in. That situation last night with Connection, after I got off live, I looked at Cheryl's video, and then Connection posted another video. I thought she was going to be mad at Cheryl, but she's still mad at Melissa B. And I just watched her go on for an hour about Melissa. No one is going to win with Connection. Nobody. And it just doesn't make sense to keep going with this woman because this woman is so hurt. She has so much trauma. We ain't gonna win. She can't hear us talking over her trauma. Her trauma is so loud and painful that she can't hear us. And I'm not going to look like a fool going back and forth with connection. She is not going to drag me into her pit of trauma because I'm not holding no trauma. I'm not holding no pain. And I'm not going to let nobody drag me into their pit of hurt and pain because that's her problem. She sees people that are not hurting and she's mad at them because they ain't went through the stuff that she went through. You're not going to drag me through that shit because I ain't never been assaulted. And I thank God every day that, no man has ever violated me. And you're not going to drag me down into that. You're not. Ever. I'm never going to let anybody drag me into their trauma. Girl, you can argue with yourself because you ain't going to argue with me because I don't live there. I live shit. I live in a princess castle. Okay? I don't live in hell. Hell is not my destination. I don't live there. Hey, Phoenix. Hey, girl. I was just thinking about you today. Phoenix. I was just thinking about you. I said, let me see. Oh, okay. Your address is on here. But this is the receipt. I went to the... Okay, I can't show none of that. I went to the post office today, so your package coming. I said, Phoenix don't love me no more, but that's okay. I'm going to send her this package anyway. And when she get this package, she going to start loving me again. Your package coming. Okay. Cheryl, girl, your hair is definitely giving. I love your hair. That's, hurt people will do anything to hurt other people. I saw your video and, your opinion on this situation is your opinion. But I got to tap out. At this point, I really don't care what she says about me, because I don't want to. I'm not going to keep arguing with her ass. I'm not going to keep arguing with her. And I'm not going to. If anybody wants to come on, they can. Yeah, but Phoenix, I've been coming, I try to rotate. I try to come on sometime in the morning and that way I catch my early people, and sometimes I try to come on in the evening and that way I'll catch my kind of late birds. I try to do both depending on, kind of like what's going on. And so I told my husband I wasn't going to stay on too long today because he wants me to watch She-Hulk or something with him before he goes to work. So I might do that. But I just wanted to touch on forgiveness. Every now I probably have some other videos on forgiveness also. But I know a lot of the people that follow me now don't really watch my older videos. And I think YouTube got this thing where you can go into your other older videos and do clips and post them and stuff. But I don't know if I got the patience to do all of that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to allow anything that Connection says about me to bother me because she's going to call you ugly. Because she feels like she's ugly. She sees ugly in other people. And I don't care because she has called me a ugly MF. And I know I'm not ugly. So I'm not going to I'm not going to, bite into that. She can have all that. I will be every ugly MF you call me. I don't care. Because I know my life is good. I know it is. And I'm not going to say people look at me and want what I got, but people look at me and strive for, some of the things that I have. I have the things that most people want, which is a roof over your head, cars to drive. Even though I don't like to drive, we got them. If I want to, I can. I can go out there and start one of them up and drive. Because we live in an area where you gotta walk a little distance to get on the bus, and only one bus comes up in here because we live in a housing development, and it's only one bus that comes up in here. And we don't live near the street, the regular street. It's a distance between where we live and where the street is. This is not a gated community, but it should be. It could be. It's close. So the buses don't run up in here often. I think my husband said they run like once an hour. But I have a car. If I want to, I can just walk outside, and it's, let's see, one, two, four cars out there. I can get one of them and go. When I get tired of sitting in this little corner where I film my videos, I can go sit out in my beautiful backyard in a chair, a swing, a table, a gazebo, on the grass, wherever. That's what people want. So, yeah, my life is too good to be sitting here arguing with somebody on the internet that's unhappy and don't see nothing good in nobody. I see good in everybody. It's things about Adrian. It's a lot of things that Adrian does that are crazy. But Adrian is funny. She's a funny person. She's a character. Like, I would go out to dinner with Adrian. Me and Adrian would chop it up in real life. I would tell her that, girl, come on now. You need to do some things different. I don't just see the bad in everybody that I do reaction videos on. And people that I do reaction videos on, I don't hate. I don't hate these people. I don't know these people from a can of paint. I don't know them. And with my bad eyes, I could be in Home Depot and run up against one of these people and wouldn't even know who it was, probably. I'm bad like that. Oh, okay, Phoenix. Well, we glad to see you, girl. Moth Mama was here last night. I was happy to see her too. I'm always happy to see, my day ones. Because the channel this is the weird thing. The channel is growing, but it's growing on the short side. And the people that watch my shorts don't watch the lives. It's like YouTube saying that the shorts and your long form content is not separate, but it is separate. Because I think the people that get notified for your shorts don't get notified for your lives. So the lives views don't kind of roll over to, well, the shorts views don't roll over to your lives. And I don't think the people that get notified for your shorts get notified when you're live, which is crazy. But that's the way YouTube has things set up. But I really don't care because some of those people that comment on my shorts are crazy anyway. And I don't even know if I would want them in the live. If anybody wants to come on, you can click the link and see if the link is working today. I know a few people tried it yesterday and it wasn't really working. If you want to try it today, Cheryl, you can. But I don't know how it works on the phone though, because I'm on my laptop. And I've only done it once, I think, on somebody else's. But if anybody wants to try it, you can. I'm not even sure which Wi-Fi I'm attached to. Well, I'm not sure if I'm attached to the real Wi-Fi for the house or the extender on this computer. So, I don't know. We can try it and see. But I haven't used it yet, and my husband has said that if I tried to use it and it didn't work, he's going to show me how to plug it directly into the extender and see if that works. So I'm not really sure if Jeffrey Dahmer actually did. Someone's, let me see if they anybody else, if I Google it. Oh yeah, he was. He was. So it says Jeffrey Dahmer's final years in prison includes his efforts to make peace with God by being baptized. So, I don't know. I know one thing. It's not for us. So, I guess it's going to be in the next Netflix thing. So, it said Jeffrey really got baptized on May the 10th, 1994, in prison. Damn. Somebody said on the day of a solar eclipse. He believed following baptism, he believed following baptism would wash all his sins away. Additionally, he got inspired by John Wayne Gacy, who claimed to have been forgiven by God. It, Jeffrey got baptized the same day that John Wayne Gacy um, was had his lethal injection. So, the whole thing with This Jeffrey Dahmer thing is getting uh, a lot of attention right now because of the Netflix film. And a lot of younger people had never heard of his story. I actually, of course, had heard of it. I don't want to say I forgot about it, but you know how you just, something happens, it happened in the 90s, you kind of forget about it. And then when something like this comes up, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. But of course, a lot of these kids who were just born like in the 2000s or whatever, they had never even heard of this. So, who knows? If he really did find Christ in prison and, really, who are we though to say that he didn't? So do we say that about everybody that gets baptized? Like when you're at church and someone, comes in, you don't know their whole story. Do you look at them and say, oh, they really saved? No, you just accept the fact that they're saved and they're getting baptized, and it's actually between them and God. There is no karma for you to, if you're forgiven, there is no more karma. Karma is not a Christian concept. There is no karma in Christianity. Karma, I think, is an Indian concept. That's not a Christian concept. That's part of our problem is we mix all of these different religions together. Yeah, karma is derived from the Sanskrit and karman meaning act. The term karma carries no ethical significance. Karma is not a Christian term. So there is no karma to serve for a Christian. If you're forgiven, you're forgiven. That doesn't, karma has nothing to do, technically, karma has nothing to do with black people. That don't have nothing to do with us. We don't even, if you're a Christian, karma don't fit you. Karma ain't gonna get you. We just use that because it sounds good. But karma is not a Christian term. So there's no karma to serve after you have confessed. That's it. See, we take this from these people, this from these people, this from these people, and throw it all together. Just like people, look at me and assume I practice voodoo because they see me doing something outside of Christianity. I've never practiced voodoo. I'm not initiated into voodoo. Lukumi is totally different from voodoo. It's a totally different practice. It's a totally different religion. I don't practice voodoo, but people assume that everything is the same. You take a little piece of this, you take a little piece of that. Oh, she do voodoo. No, I don't. I don't do voodoo. Now, have I been interested in voodoo? Yes. Am I right now? No. I'm not even interested in voodoo. But I just let people assume what they want to assume. You can't change people's minds. People that really know me and love me, they know. The rest of y'all, I don't give a damn what you assume about me. I don't care. If you think I do voodoo, then I do voodoo. But I don't. But that's because people don't even try to understand different religions. They just clump everything in together. So Christianity and karma have nothing to do with each other. And he got baptized as a Christian. So if he got baptized and he really believed and confessed, and he had basically confessed what he did. I don't think he lied about what he did. He confessed. And if he confessed with the Lord, and he may have, you know why? Because he really may have thought, okay, somebody in here is going to do to me what I did to other, and they did. They did. He got it. And he may have said, Lord, before they get me, can I at least go to heaven? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's why I try my best to stay straight. I do. I try not to be mad at people because when I die, I don't want to die mad at nobody. I don't. I try to go to bed every night with my conscience straight, with my mind right, cuz I don't want to leave here mad at nobody. Now, if I leave here and somebody mad at me, that's that's on them. But you best believe when I left here, I wasn't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. You may be mad at me, but I ain't mad at you. I'm a New Age Christian too. But there are still some philosophies that I don't mix into Christianity. I'm a New Age Christian. I may be, old school, but I have allowed my Christianity to grow with the time. I'm New Age. How you think I be out here with cards and crystals and everything else? I'm a very New Age Christian. But I still some of the things in Christianity I still hold true. And of course, forgiveness is definitely one of those things. I definitely believe in forgiveness. I believe in, keeping your mind and your heart open to love. I believe in that. Because I believe if you open yourself up to receive love, you're going to. But if your whole soul is pent up with hate and toxicity and pain, there's no place for love to dwell. Love can't get in there. Love be trying to get in there like people be trying to love you, but they can't. Because your whole soul, your whole being is so full of toxicity and pain and hurt that no one can love you. No one can grab you and hug you when you're not feeling well. No one can call you and say, hey girl, what's going on? What you calling me for? What you think is going on? Girl, I was just calling you to check on you. Love can't reside in those type of spaces. I'm happy to see you too. Love, love, love. That's what we talking about. Love. Hey, love. See? Look at that. We talking about love and love shows up. Look at God. You speak about love and love shows up. You open yourself up to love and you receive it. Look at God. Open yourself up. You know, be that love that you want to receive. Now, I'm not saying, let me fix this. I'm not saying be a doormat. I'm not saying allow people, just a minute, let me finish this. I'm not saying allow people to walk over you and shit on you. I'm not saying that. When you get into those type of situations, remove yourself because you love yourself. I'm not saying take shit from people. But I am saying when those things do come up, understand that it's the person and it's not you. Love the person. Excuse yourself from the situation, but continue to love the person as a human and move on. Because you love yourself more than the person. Yes, you can ask a question. Try to keep the question in this. Hey, Chester. Good to see you, sweetie. We're talking about forgiveness. We're talking about forgiveness and love today. Because someone asked, me and a friend of mine were talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. I didn't know that towards the end of his life, he had confessed Christ and got baptized. How can I learn to forgive without being able to get an apology? Because their forgiveness shouldn't be based on what they say. The forgiveness comes from you. You have to open yourself up to forgiveness, period. Most people don't apologize. And that's their ego. Their ego is not going to let them apologize to you. They're not. Not most people. You have to have a forgiving mindset and a forgiving heart. You're not expecting nothing from the person. I forgive them. They did X, Y, and Z. Even if that's when you know you have grown spiritually. When you can forgive a person and you know they ain't going to apologize to you. That's when you know that you have reached a level of your spiritual maturity. Because you don't even, I know they ain't going to say shit. I know they not. But I'm going to forgive them anyway. And mean it. Oh, forgiveness and compassion came out, I think you meant in my cards last night during my reading. That's good. Then that's to remind you to, keep those two things in the forefront. Compassion and forgiveness. Those are two things that we really need in this spiritual life, especially if you are going to consider yourself some type of healer. You have to have compassion for other people, and you have to be willing to forgive. That's something, forgiveness is something that you have to work on. You have to. because you don't want to carry around all of that person did something to you 10 years ago and you still holding on to that. No, let that go. If I had still been holding on to all of the things that my first husband did to me, I'm still holding on to all of that pain and trauma. I could not be a good wife to my husband now because I'm still holding on to the trauma of the past. I have not healed from that trauma. So every time my husband does something to me, it will be a trigger for some shit in the past. I had to forgive my first husband so that I could be a good wife to my husband now. I don't have no triggers from my first marriage. Whatever happens in this marriage is between me and him. It's not from shit somebody else did to me. It's him. So that's how you have to live your life, not worried about stuff that somebody, your mama, I see so many kids on social media who are mad at their parents. You got to move on. You have to forgive your parents. You have to. Everything that a person did, you have to forgive them. Because that trauma does not do anything but hold you back. Hatred and anger does not do anything but stall your spiritual growth. You will never be the person that you want to be spiritually, holding on to a whole lot of anger and hate. You're not. Because you are an angry, hateful ass person. That's what you are. You're not spiritual. You hate your mama. You hate the person that brought you in this world. You're not spiritual. You can't help me do nothing. Because you got a heart full of hate. How you gonna help me? And you out here calling your own mama a bitch. You can't help me. Help me what? Help me hate? No. You can't help me until you get yourself together. Yeah, you had that bag lady. You gotta let her go. You gotta let her go. I'm not carrying shit. I put them bags down years ago. I don't know. I don't even know where they at. I left them at Kaiser in the therapy session. I ain't carrying that shit. I definitely ain't carrying it now. I got a bad back. And that's what, how I envision it to tell myself, you can't carry all that shit. Your back bad. You can't carry nothing. Like my husband, when we go grocery shopping and we get back to the house, my husband will hand me like the paper towels. He was like, here, take that. He won't let me pick up nothing heavy. And I hold that to my core. I'm not carrying no shit. Okay? If my husband won't let me bring the groceries in the house, I'm definitely not carrying no toxic shit. And that's how you have to look at life. I ain't carrying that. And if you've been carrying it, let it go. Let that mess go. Let that shit go. It don't make no sense to carry that stuff around. It ain't doing nothing but weighing you down. It's messing up your joints. I think that's why my ancestors are trying to get me to make amends with my family. My ancestors know I'm not making amends with my family. The people that I have let go, I've let go for a reason. And I have moved on. That's that. I don't think my ancestors will ever tell me, oh, you need to. No, they know better. I have moved on. I have forgive those people. And if I see you in heaven, I'll see you in heaven. And if I don't, oh well. That's that. But I don't hate them. I don't hate them. But I'm not. I'm not at a point where, I feel like I have to make amends with people, or I have made amends with myself. I'm not trying to, fix situations with people. I've already fixed it with Lashana. I fixed it. It's fixed. I love the people that love me. And that's it. If I have to try to force you to love me, I ain't doing all that. Love should come easy. And if it don't, I don't want to deal with it. That ain't love. How long we been on here? An hour. That's about it, y'all. Gizmo got up out of here. I let him go. He's sitting in there. Well, he ain't gonna run around or nothing. He'll just lay down in his other bed. Y'all got any more questions? Yeah, by forgiving without receiving an apology and love. Yeah, I love them all from a distance. I still love them because they're my family, but we don't talk. I block them all on social media. Like, I don't even want to see them because I don't want to fake. I just don't want to deal with that shit. So I just block them all and moved on. Yeah, I want to love you from a distance. I want to. That's the only way that I want to love you is from a distance. I think that's best for me mentally. Because, you have to think about yourself first. When they say when you're in an airplane, if you're in an airplane with your child, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first. Then save your child. Because if you don't, the child is more than likely not going to know how to do it. And if you pass out, the child going to pass out too. So fix yours first, then fix the child's. That's how you have to be in life. Take care of yourself first. Then love on other people. But you come first. That philosophy, that airplane philosophy should carry you in life. Take care of yourself first. Then take care of other people. No matter who it is. If it's your own child, you come first. Especially when it comes to your mental health. You come first. There have been times when, my adult children, when I won't even answer the phone. I will just, okay. I'll call them back in about an hour. Or I'll call them back later. Because I'm just not in that space. I come first. Me. I'm put myself first. in everything. I'm going to put myself first. I'm important. Yeah, you have to have healthy boundaries. And some people don't understand that, but I don't care if you don't understand. I don't care if you don't understand it when it comes to me. I'm going to have healthy boundaries and I'm going to take care of Lashana. I'm going to take care of myself. God wants me to take care of myself. He does. I don't want to get to heaven and God be like, why you let all them people run over you? I gave you a brain. Why didn't you use it? I didn't send you to earth to be a doormat. You let everybody run over you. Why did you do that? No. I'd rather get to heaven and he be like, girl, you was out here telling them people. Yes, I was. Gone over there and sit in the big mouth section. That's what I want. I don't want him to be like, gone over there and sit with the rest of the doormats. You out here letting everybody run over you? God, dog. No. He ain't gonna say that about me. He is definitely not gonna say that about me. He gonna be like, here she come. Here she come. The one that like to talk. Well, you gave me a mouth and a brain. I'm gonna use it. So that's it, y'all. Forgiveness. Okay? Obviously, when things like this come up, and you are in a situation where people are talking about forgiveness and compassion and love, it's for you. It's for you. Hey, hearing eyes, those things are for you. Take those key words and build on those. Forgiveness, compassion, healing, love. You know, if you are a person that journal, take those words and journal through them. Figure out, where am I with forgiveness? Are there some people that I need to forgive? Are there some things in my life that I'm holding on to? Should I? Compassion. A lot of my compassion is going towards Florida. The only people I know in Florida are the people from social media. The people that I watch from social media that, I really know that live in Florida. Like, I don't have any family that I know of that lives in Florida. But I still have compassion for people in Florida that are going through what they're going through right now. So maybe in your journal, you can, journal about how you feel about, what's going on in Florida. Healing should be for everybody. We all need healing. There are so many areas in my life that, I'm still praying for healing for my health, for Gizmo's health, for other family members, for my grandkids. Yesterday, there was a shooting in the city where my granddaughter, my 13-year-old granddaughter, goes to school. It was not at her school, but it was at another school. 6 people were injured. So yeah, we should always be praying for healing. This was at a school. These kids don't feel safe even going to school. And I text my granddaughter and I was like, are you okay? I know it happened not really close to the school that she goes to. And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. But in the back of their mind, you don't know what they're holding on to as kids. We didn't have that fear. I never felt someone would come into my school with a gun and shoot people the whole time I was in school. That was never a fear for me. But these kids now have that fear. And we are supposed to be the spiritual people. Most of the people that follow me are spiritual people or spiritual minded people. That's why they follow me. And if that's you, then you should be praying. You should be sending out that energy. You should have that compassion. You should want that healing for the world, for everybody's kids. I only have grandkids that are in school now, but they're still my blood. So all of these things, you these key words you should be taking in. You should, they should mean something to you. They should resonate with your spirit. You should be using them and building on them. Okay? So I hope you all enjoyed this live. I hope that forgiveness is. Oh, there she is. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait, I'm about to leave.
I just figured out how to do it.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was just about to go and I saw you down there. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Cheryl is here.
Yeah, my phone died.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody, can y'all hear her? Put a one in the chat to make sure that you guys, as a matter of fact, let me turn it on because then I can see for myself if I can hear you. Okay, say something. If I can hear you.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, say something.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Okay, it's working. They
Okay.
can hear you. Okay, so did you I saw your video last night. Okay, so for the people that are here, Cheryl, introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, and I am a pointer to all things pertaining to mental health awareness and self awareness. Yep.
Okay, so Cheryl had like myself, had a
Encounter.
encounter. Thank you.
You're welcome.
With connection rejection and connection
Was upset.
made a video about her that she was upset. Connection was, and Cheryl made a video. Connection has made numerous videos about myself, and I have jabbed at her in videos, but never really took them to the point that she did.
Right.
So yesterday, I
No, I
said,
can see y'all.
I'm done. I I don't want to I don't want to go back and forth with her.
Right.
Because I just feel like in a sense it's an unfair fight.
Why?
Because I don't feel like we're on the same level mentally.
Right.
I really don't. And I'm gonna be serious about that. I don't feel like we're on the same level mentally or emotionally.
Right.
I feel like connection has so much trauma that no matter what anyone says, she's not gonna hear it. Everything someone says to her, no matter how nice we try to be, or like you said, try to show her in the mirror herself, she's not going to see herself. The only thing she's going to see is you being an asshole trying to show her who she is.
Yeah, I
And
saw that.
I'm not going to continuously go back and forth with her when she has shown me who she is.
Okay, but listen, how do I pronounce your name?
It's Lashana. Just call me Lashana because a lot
Lashana.
of people don't
Okay. Okay, so
understand.
Lashana. The thing was, I decided to do a reaction video on her episode, right? Um, so it wasn't that I had sharpened my bow to take her down. It was just that I saw what I saw, and so I spoke about it. But when she came back in to talk about it, I did notice there was no self reflection at all. And beyond that, her brain tells her that we're jealous. Why would I be jealous of you? That is ridiculous. I'm just like, oh, girl. Oh,
And see, that's the thing too. Like,
that all.
I don't, I don't. Why would I argue with you? I'm not
Right.
jealous of you. I have absolutely nothing. Like, there's no reason for me
Right.
to be jealous. Like,
Exactly.
and there's
Y'all
so
excuse my glasses because they all tore up, but I can't see. I need to see y'all. I need to see
So,
you.
yeah, girl, that's why I keep putting mine on and
It's
taking them
all
off. I
good.
have to put them on to see the
Yeah.
comments.
Right.
There's no reason for me to be jealous. So there's no reason for me. She's not gonna let you. She's not going to understand. Her level of understanding is not on ours. She's not gonna understand it. And so, in a
No.
sense, she's gonna drive you crazy trying to make her understand when she's not gonna understand.
No, see what happened was, so when I did the video in bed last night when I was talking, see, I got it. I got it last night. I got it. I was like, she's a whole vampire. Girl, you can't see yourself. Okay. I'm so mad about these glasses, girl. But anyway, she can't see herself.
She can't.
I was like, baby, you a whole vampire, not a half one. It's okay. Sure ain't bothering with you no more. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
But I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. The way that she talked about Melissa B, I was like, girl, you are the picture of insanity 1000%.
I watched that video last night and I just was like, what?
It hurts my belly. Seriously.
Girl, what? But one part that really stood out to me was her pain. Underneath
I know.
all of that talking,
I know.
I can tell you about yourself. I know this. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm this. Was that pain?
I know.
And that pain tried to come up. It almost got to the surface last night
Okay.
because she was like, "What if it was you that went through?" And then she kind of reeled herself back in. Like
And
that pain
it's
was
there.
like, I'm right here. I'm trying so hard to come out, but she quenched it back in. She hurt.
I know
And
she
I
is.
think it's that no one has really acknowledged how much her attack, how bad it was. Like, her family didn't acknowledge it. And so when we're on here laughing and making fun of everything in our lives or hee hee ha ha, this woman is like, I hate all y'all. I hate you. You got a car and you driving around and you this and you light skinned and you got wigs and you got hair. I hate all them women.
Girl, she talked about my blonde fro. I was like,
She talked about your fro, girl. I was like, what? Her hair is neatly lined up,
it's
is
so
neatly cut.
cute.
Now I can see if she was talking about my fro, cause my fro be all over the place, but yours,
So I was like, wow. But seriously though, yeah, I'm done.
yeah, I can't do that. Because this
But
is it's
she's
a
on the
no-win situation. Like
yeah.
this will be like if
Listen,
you keep going with her, it's a never-ending. I'm a person of solution.
okay,
I like to if me and you have a problem, I like to eventually let's find a solution. Let's come to some type of common ground. You hate me, I hate you. Let's leave each other alone. Or can we talk about this? Can you come on my show and we'll talk about
yeah,
it or
right.
whatever and leave it alone.
To
But I'm not
emotional
one of them.
adults.
I can't go back and
Yeah,
forever.
yeah,
No, girl. I
yeah.
can't do that.
You know what I'm so curious about though? Her comment section, and for the empaths that are there, the
She
people.
deletes comments.
Well, she deletes anything that looks anything like self reflection or accountability. You know what I mean? Because she doesn't want to see herself. Like
Yeah, she don't.
she's saying, leave me the hell alone. These bad things were done to me. It wasn't done to you. And so go to hell, because anybody that comes in with any type of anything other than feeling sorry for the connection rejection, I'm going to give you hell. She's leaking all over everybody.
Everybody. And see, I don't want you leaking on me. I don't want your toxic stain on me to
Right.
then cause me to be a mean girl. Cause I'm not a mean girl at heart. I'm a good girl.
Me too.
I've been raised up and loved on my whole life. I was an only child. So I was damn near treated like a princess my whole life. I had a helicopter mama who didn't even want me to fall. Like my mama didn't want me to have skates or nothing because
Hmm.
she didn't. Well, for one thing, I was clumsy, but she didn't want me to fall and hurt myself. I was raised good.
Right.
I was damn near one of them silver spoon babies who I ain't had no problems growing up as a child. So
Right.
I'm not about to let connections, jacked up childhood spill over into my life and
Yeah.
turn me into a mean girl. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Connection can live that rotten, spoiled, toxic life by herself. That's not gonna
Mm-mm.
spill over into my life. My life. I mean, I didn't. My husband has already seen me watching her, and it's like, why are you watching that woman?
Yeah.
Leave that.
Because
Leave
your
that
heart
woman
goes
alone.
out. Because your heart goes out.
It
That's why. Yeah,
does.
I know. Most of us are there for that reason. Like I said, there are lots of empaths in her comment section, and they are trying to love her to a healthy place. But you can't do it. You got there's one step to take before you get there. You've got to show her herself, but she's got to see it. And if she doesn't see it, there is no fix. Period.
Well, she's not ready to see it.
Okay.
She's definitely not ready to see it. She's not gonna see it.
Yeah, I see.
And she definitely not gonna see it from people on YouTube because she really looks at the majority of people on YouTube basically as her enemy.
Well, that's
Because we're all trying to take her subscribers and turn people like, girl, I don't want your subscribers.
listen. I'm a hairstylist by trade, right? For 32 years. So I'm in the business of watching clients decide what they want to do, because they're grown people that work and have their own money and their own jobs, and they're able to make intelligent decisions about who they want to do their hair. Girl.
Girl, I
Don't
don't
nobody
want your
want your
subscribers, sweetheart.
subscribers.
I don't. Subscribers are not. I'm retired. Okay,
Okay.
I'm retired from the Navy. Not it.
Okay.
I was a civilian.
Okay.
I'm retired. After I did that, I did counseling for a while. Okay, I have counsel. I'm a certified substance abuse counselor. After
Okay.
I left the Naval Air Station, the base
Mhm.
closed down, I went into counseling.
Okay.
I have counseled women, children,
Mhm.
men. I am a minister, ordained minister. Okay,
Mhm.
so I have counseled people in all kind of situations.
Right.
I've seen 1,000 connection rejections.
Well, I
Okay,
haven't seen a
so I'm
thousand.
not gonna sit up and argue with this woman because I know what the end result for her is.
But you
I
know what
already
though?
know.
You know what
So
though?
I'm not going no farther.
She's a special case though, in my opinion, because I feel like she has so much potential.
She does.
She has so much potential, but she's rotten to the core.
The core. The core.
And the thing is, like I said in my video, so that thing happened to her years ago, right? And anybody that does anything, not even half of what was done to her, not even a third, she'll give them the full force of what should have been, what she probably wanted to do to the people that did that to her.
Yeah.
So she's bleeding all over everybody and she's causing damage.
Yeah.
That's my thing with
Everybody,
her.
everybody that she comes in contact with, which is sad
Yeah, and
because she did
boy, I
not
gotta be honest.
heal.
I gotta be honest. I'm annoyed by her because she's a big ass baby. Yeah,
She a big baby, but I mean,
she
when
is.
you really look at it, she's probably stuck
She is.
in that time period
She is.
that happened to her
You're
in.
right. You're right.
She's stuck right
She is
there.
stuck.
So if that happened to her in her 20s, she's a 50-year-old woman in body, but in mind, in spirit, she's still a 20-year-old woman.
Absolutely.
So she is still a child.
She is.
And it's sad
Yeah.
that,
Because she's the victim all the time.
she is. She is. And please, y'all, I'm not victim blaming. I understand that what happened to her was extremely traumatic. But she still should have gotten some help. That had to have happened 30 years ago.
And we
There
know
are things that happened to me
yeah.
in my childhood, in my 20s.
Me too.
I'm not holding on to that stuff.
Well, we can't. Because I hired somebody.
So did I.
Right. And I just came to a place where I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of bleeding on everybody. Everybody says the same thing, right? Everybody's pointing to me. So it was just time. And that's all I was trying to tell her in the video in the car, like I am now. Connection, listen. It's your turn. It's your turn now. It's your time for you to see into yourself. But I did realize while I was in getting my coaching and counseling and therapy that some people are beyond repair. I do understand that. I do.
I don't think that they're beyond repair. I just think some people don't want to be repaired. They feel like they're okay. Like this is her normal.
She doesn't
This
have
is
to.
normal for her.
Yeah, but
So she doesn't feel like she needs to be repaired.
that's because she knows something's wrong with her. My comment section is on fire. Like every 5 seconds, somebody else says something else about their interaction with her. I just shake my head. That's all I got.
Well, what was funny, what was weird was her comment section on the video where she cussed me out and, talked about me like a dog, most of the comments was like, oh yeah, well, she deserved it.
What?
Yeah, girl. The people that follow her, for whatever reason, they don't like me. I guess Connection has talked about me so bad that people felt like I was the one bothering her. And see, my situation with her started just like yours. I made a reaction video about her and was like, girl, you the one talk, like, why are you going in on these people so hard? Like,
What?
you act like these people did something to you. And that, flipped the switch with her. And she was like, you gap tooth bitch, you
Oh,
blah,
that's
blah,
when she
blah.
said
And
that.
I can't stand her. And she's this. And
That's what
said
she
I
did
was
to
a
Melissa
gang
last night.
banger and everything.
That's what she did to Melissa last night. I was like, huh? But
Yeah,
you
she
know what?
went in. God,
You
dog.
know what
I
I
mean,
did?
she did an hour. Wasn't our video an hour long on Melissa?
Well, they are quiet. They are quiet in her comment section after the ramble that she and I had. I've been noticing two other videos like after that, like they ain't saying much. She is accusing me of being able to manipulate
Right.
the people, right? So I'm just like, I know this connection. Your people done got quiet.
Girl, I guess them seeds that you planted.
That's right. Because the thing is, they're rooting for her. Because I do a guesstimation of she got empaths in her. She got empaths that are supporting her because their heart goes out for her trauma, right? People that have a heart. But
We can't hear you.
somebody just come on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but right now. So, but normally, people who are empathetic have a good sense of justice. So they can see behind the screen connection. It's not that I'm manipulating your comment section. It's just I'm highlighting the issues. That's all. Yeah.
And it's not that I'm trying to steal your subscribers, but we're all talking, we're all doing the same thing. We're all
Right.
doing reaction videos. So don't you think that we're going to share subscribers? Just like in my video yesterday, I told my subscribers to go to your channel. I
Did
want
you?
us all, we should all
Thank
be working
you.
together anyway.
I didn't know you did that, but I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'll do
Yeah,
the
I
same for
mean,
my
anytime
page.
somebody come to my channel, if they got a channel and I watch them, I'm gonna tell my subscribers, hey, go check out so and so and so and so. I'm watching them. I'm not a hater. I want
Right.
everybody to win. I
Okay.
don't care
Good.
about my bills gonna get paid regardless.
I see
You
that.
know what
I
I
like that
mean?
ocean view. I like that ocean view. That is beautiful.
Thank
From
you.
your yes.
My YouTube ain't paying my bills.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna be stingy when it comes to YouTube because my life is already secure.
Right.
So this ain't my life. So I'm not stingy with this.
So
If
is
I'm
this
watching
like
somebody else, I'm gonna tell people, hey, go to their
so
channel,
what is
check them out.
so what is your channel for you? Is it an outreach? Is it a ministry? Is it just your contribution to the world? What is
Some a little bit of everything. Some days it's just for fun.
mm-hmm.
Some days it's ministry. It just depends on.
Okay.
Some days it's for my grandkids, so they can come back and look at these videos years from now
Yes.
and be like, look at my granny.
Look at my grandma.
Look at my
Yeah.
grandma.
Yeah.
Right
Me too.
now, only my oldest granddaughter kind of really watches my channel. The other
Mm-hmm.
grandkids are a little bit younger. And I've told them, don't watch till you get a little bit older because granny be talking about adult topics. And they're like, okay, well, we don't want to watch no adult grown up stuff anyway. I'm like, okay, good. But
Mhm.
one day they will be old enough to look at this and be like,
Mhm.
that's my grandmother.
Mhm.
That's my grandmother talking about forgiveness. That's my
Mhm.
grandmother talking about love. That's my grandmother talking about crystals. That's my grandmother talking about marriage. Oh, there go Pawpaw. You know, that's what I make these videos for. If they
Okay.
help somebody, that's
Been
good.
great.
If they're
Yeah.
just fun, that's great. You know, whatever. It's not just one specific thing because we've done everything. We do food, you know, we go out to dinner. Me and
Mhm.
my husband may, you know, show restaurants that we go to.
Mhm.
Or it may be me talking about crystals or, you know, religion or
Mhm.
whatever. So it's just a mixture of a lot of different things.
Okay. Well, I like your channel. I look at it. I'm paying
Thank you.
attention. But yeah, it's YouTube is getting real interesting lately for me.
Well, it's been interesting for me because I've been on YouTube for a while. Like I got a
Mhm.
lot of videos. I've been
Okay.
here for a while. And I've been in, you know, other sectors of YouTube. So it's
Okay.
been interesting for me. Some
Okay.
of these people, you know, I just started watching them recently. Like really watching them. I think I've
Mhm.
only been watching Adrian maybe for a year. And Connection, I've probably been watching probably about the same amount of time that you have.
Okay. Yeah, connection is real new for me, but Adrian not so new.
Yeah, Adrian
Adrian
is not.
about
I've been watching her
two and a
probably.
half, 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I've been watching her that long. It just don't
Yeah, I mean,
seem like
when
it.
I found out she's beloved sister, that was just my interest in Adrian. You know what I'm saying? Because beloved was about the first YouTube anything that I ever saw. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I got to get back to work now.
Okay, well, thank you for coming,
Yeah, you're
and
so welcome.
I really
I'm glad I
hope
figured it out.
that I hope she can pick something from these videos and know that we don't dislike her. I don't. I don't dislike her. I, I hope the best.
Ooh, wait a minute.
I want the best for her. I
I'm
really
trying
hope.
to. I'm meditating and I'm breathing through it, ma'am.
Keep
I'm
meditating.
okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Keep doing that
I am.
because I don't dislike her. I you
Well,
know
well,
I hope she gets some
well, I'm
healing.
gonna tell you my thing. She is mean to folk,
I
and
agree.
ever since I was a little girl, I'm really short, by the way. I'm only 5'2".
I'm five
Okay,
three.
so you short too. So we short girls. Um, I hate bullies.
I do too.
Hate is a strong word, but I'm telling you right now, I seriously have a problem with bullies. And the way that she is because of her intellect, she is a bully because she uses her words
Right.
and stuff to really basically just to hate on people. Because anybody, I think Melissa triggers her because she reminds her of somebody from her past. Seriously,
I said that in another
did you
video.
say
I
that?
said that. I said that.
But she's not
Melissa
that
must
girl.
remind her of a pretty little light skinned girl
Yeah, from her past.
from her past.
But
She
anyway,
has to
she has to.
because she didn't put way too much energy into Melissa. She did her last night, but she did me in a video like that, and I refused to watch the video.
You didn't watch it?
Hell no, no, I'm not watching that. She did
Mm.
no. She did like a 50 some odd minute video about. I'm not watching that mess. No.
I might go and watch it for you and give you the short version.
I watched maybe about 5 minutes of it, and in that 5 minutes, she had to call me a ugly MF, a bitch. I
Oh,
was
that
like,
one.
click.
Yes, I watched that one. I did, but see, at the time, I didn't know she was talking about you. I was like, what in the world? And the
I
way
cut that mess off.
she
I ain't
ended
watching
up,
all that mess. I'm not about to digest all of that into my spirit. Do you know that no one in my real life would say anything like that about me? No, I'm not going to watch some random, upset, toxic woman just try her best to shred me to pieces. No,
yeah.
I didn't
So
watch that mess.
I don't blame you, but
No, I don't do that. I don't, if you make a video about me and I turn it on in the first 5 minutes, you done already called me an MF. I'm not watching the rest of it. I'm
But let
not
me
going
ask you
to do that.
something.
I don't take, no, I
But why
could
did she?
not.
Why did she attack you so bad?
I guess I'm the second Melissa.
Okay.
You know she don't like nobody that's like fair skinned or had. Oh, I think because I had made a video and I was like, she don't like the light skinned girls. I was like poking at her and stuff. She went
But
off. Do you hear me? She went
oh,
off.
that's hilarious.
But I'm not watching that stuff, girl. I mean, she even said in her video, I went off and I had to delete the first part. I was like, well, damn, that was the part I really should have watched. She said
Wow.
she said she was going off so bad that she had to delete that and start over again. I was like, damn, girl, I made you that mad? I ain't watching that shit. I'm not what girl. No, you could be mad, girl. You could talk about me until times get better. I'm not gonna watch it. If I see my name in the title and I know you hate me, I'm not watching that. But I talk about you like a dog. But I'm not gonna watch what you say about me. I'm not. I'm not gonna take that in my spirit. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. You just wasted your breath.
Okay.
Because the person that you're talking about ain't gonna hear none of that shit.
Okay. Period. I give you.
Period.
Period. Pooh. That's it.
Period, Pooh. I ain't gonna hear none of that mess. I'm not watching
Period.
that mess. And I hope Melissa don't watch that hour-long video that she made of her.
Oh my God. It was
She probably gonna do a reaction video and go through it, but I hope she don't, take none of that into her spirit.
I'm sure she won't.
I hope she don't.
Yeah. Um,
Don't take
I'm
that
sure she won't. Yeah.
toxic mess. Well, girl,
This
go
is
on to work. I don't want you to be late for
all
work.
right. Well, girl, enjoy you and your panel, and I'll see you the next time. Okay.
Okay, thank you for
Okay.
coming.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye bye.
Mhm.
Okay, y'all. I really appreciate her coming, and now we know that the panel does work. So, we will be doing more panels. If anyone has a topic that they want to talk about, you can send me an email and we can get together and you can tell me what your topic is and we can come on here and chit chat about it. So that took us to almost 2 hours. I'm gonna get off of here because y'all know if I talk too long, my mouth get dry and um my tongue is starting to stick to the roof of my mouth because I don't know what it's called. Something. One of them diseases that's connected to my autoimmune, which makes my mouth really, really dry. I mean, super ass dry, drier than anything in the world. And it's done got dry to the point where my tongue is starting to stick to my teeth in the roof of my mouth. So I'm gonna get off of here and get me some water and rinse my mouth out with. I have this mouth rinse that I use when my mouth gets super dry like this. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much again, Cheryl, for coming on the show. I will see you guys later. I love you. Bye.